happen. Expectations always watching. Weight is falling on my shoulders. Please Lord, make this all be over. Looking at this roller coaster ride that's far my life with all these ups and downs, these wins and losses, all these girls and all this blasting. Stands are filled with people who don't understand my pain. All them telling me is boy, don't step my foot outside.
Start off by asking first of all who you both are and what your role is for Sprinter.
Cool. My name's Rob Mailer, and I am the producer of Sprinter.
My name is Dale Elliot, and I am the lead actor of Sprinter.
Okay. And how did you guys come up with this idea for Sprinter?
Well, we didn't come up with the idea. The director, Storm Salter, it's his idea. He wanted to do two things. He wanted to find a way to talk about the powerhouse that is Jamaican track and field.
Okay.
And he wanted to tell a story that was going to allow him to kind of explore some of the issues he felt around losing his mom at an early age and marrying that with the barrel picnic phenomena, which is parents, especially from the Caribbean region, leaving their kids behind to work either in the U.S. or the U.K. to support their families. And it's actually something that Dale has a lot of, direct experience that I guess translated. He can share his side of it.
Wow. Do you want to share some of that?
Well, the script is very close to what I experienced in my life because my parents live abroad. So my mother moved to London when I was 5 years old, and my father has been living in the U.S. since 1998.
Wow.
So I did track and field. I had a background in track and field.
Okay.
So the story hit very close to home.
Yeah.
Because I could relate to most of the stuff from the scene. So when I went for the audition with Storm, all he asked me to do was to tell me about myself.
Okay.
And while I was telling him, he was like, we're kind of doing a movie about this right now. So I went and I auditioned and I got the role.
Wow. But what was it like actually playing the role of your life? Or bits of your life?
It was fun, and at the same time it was hard because I had to be acting and running at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I had to do background training, prepare for the role physically, mentally. And then I had to go to emotion. I had to express emotions that I sort of locked away.
Okay.
Since I was a child, because I grew up with both my grandparents. So I forgot what it felt like to really miss my mother, because the character itself in the movie, it's Akeem. He's running to see his mother because he misses her, and then I had to find those emotional areas in my life and pull from them in order to get the realness in the film.
Okay. Has your mum and your dad seen the film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny, the first time I met my mother was since I was 5 years old. I met her in London this year, February, for the first time because of the film.
Wow. What was... Then, I bet that was crazy.
And yes, it was. And I met my father for the first time because of the film in 2016.
Wow.
December. So the movie basically brought my family together.
Wow.
And then they both just came to see you, Dale, at your graduation from college, a month ago.
Oh, gosh. That's like basically reunited a family together again.
Yes. So Sprinter actually reunited my family. Built a relationship with me and my father and me and my mother, so much that I got them to attend my graduation last month. And
were they crying?
My mother cried when she saw the movie.
Okay.
I don't know much about my father, if he cried or not.
Yeah. Wow. And as a producer yourself, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's kind of mind blowing when you realize, Storm had this idea and we're generating this story, and then you have someone, we knew that there are lots of kids that kind of have this background, but for the reality of the film to be with not just in the movie it's one parent, in Dale's real life it's two parents, and for him to have reconnected with both as a result of doing this film. This is his first film, and for him to have his first feature film have such a profound impact on his personal life as a producer, that's that's the beauty of art and cinema, is that you get to have these moments that don't make any sense but make perfect sense and feel serendipitous and magical, and that is the goal of any producer or creative, is to try and affect people or touch people. And we wanted to do that for the audience, but then to have that happen to somebody that Dale's become like my little brother. The little brother I never wanted, but I still love all the same.
Wow.
And so, so it's great to be able to have that kind of impact, and to be able to, now Dale lives here in LA. So it's like, he's part of the family now. So, so his wins are my wins and vice versa.
Yeah, man, that's actually a really touching story, and I hope, your relationship keeps on growing, Dale, with your parents. Yeah. For real. So tell us something about the other actors and how they got involved as well.
So I'll talk about a couple of them. So on the non-Jamaican actors, we've got David Allen Greer and Lorraine Toussaint and Brashear Gray.
Okay.
All very well-known actors in the U.S. David and Lorraine both have huge followings here in the U.S. David is known, obviously, from In Living Color, and Lorraine Toussaint just being a huge actor of stage and screen. She's Trinidadian by descent, and the way that we got them was through Overbrook Entertainment, which is Will and Jada's company, who are the executive producers of the film. Yeah. And they introduced me to David, and Lorraine both share a manager, and so I was introduced to their manager, and then he kind of just was giving me his roster, and both of those two people were so interested in the role. Lorraine Toussaint's mom left her when she was 6 years old and left her in Trinidad and moved to the U.S., so she was really connected to the story. And David is just David. He's just, he's a force, and he's just, one of the hardest working comedians, and he wanted to do a role that was different from what people had seen him in. And,
Okay.
As far as non-Jamaican, people that are non-Jamaicans playing Jamaicans, I think he's got one of the better accents of all time. So we were really happy about that. And then Brashear Gray, just another connection. So Will Smith's best friend is this guy named Charlie Mack.
Okay.
And he is a manager. He manages like Tyrese, Boyz II Men, like anyone that's from Philly. And Brashear Gray is from Philly, and he manages Brashear. And so that's how we got Brashear. And obviously Brashear, when we shot this film in 2016, was one of the hottest things going because of the TV show Empire, which was, in 80 countries around the world. So that's how he came to get involved. And then on the Jamaican side, we have Chantal Jackson. We have got Kadeem Wilson, who actually looks like Dale. Dale, don't you guys get confused for, like, people think that Dale actually looks like him.
Yeah.
They're actually brothers.
Yeah, people think we're actual brothers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yes, we've got that, and then we've got Chantal Jackson, who was also in Yardie, which was Idris Elba's directorial debut.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got the big man Usain Bolt, who makes a cameo appearance in the film.
That's good. Wow. So how did you all, I suppose, say to yourself, right, I want this person, that person, and of course, to do with sprinting, you have to get Usain Bolt. What was his kind of take on the film?
Oh, he loves it. I mean, he's posted on his social media. He came and he was, at the initial screening in Kingston, it's he and NJ and all his friends were the ones laughing the loudest and sitting in the back of the room. And obviously, before the film even started, before he saw it, he got to talk to Dale. And Dale, I don't know if you want to share about your interactions with him, but I know that Dale.
Yeah. I've known Bolt for a while, since I was a child, because when I was in high school, he was, he came around. The high school I went to was deeply involved in track and field.
Okay. So
I've always seen Bolt. Since the film, I have managed to develop a relationship with Bolt where we talk. When we see each other, we hold conversations, we play football together, like, he supports Manchester United. I'm an Arsenal fan, so like,
same as me.
We DM each other on Instagram when we're having a bad day.
Yeah.
So I managed to develop a very good relationship with Usain Bolt. A relationship now where if I want to speak to him or want something, I can be like, hey, can you help me here or there? So it's been good.
That's great to hear. That the relationships are developing throughout of this film.
Yeah.
So I guess both of you could kind of put an input onto this. What is the film industry like in Jamaica?
It's growing. It's new. I mean, I think Dale can offer one perspective. I can offer another. So I'll offer mine, and then Dale offers. From my side, you know, both my parents are Jamaican. They live in Jamaica still, and I was taught film school to try and tell the story that only you can tell. And you know, having worked in Hollywood for the past 7 years, the stories that I knew I could tell that no one else was even trying to tell were Jamaican and Caribbean-based stories. And so for me, it was like, how can I help to get these stories seen by the greatest number of people outside of the island, and to help to develop the industry there? Because, you know, people always have this idea of, oh, I want to work really hard and then retire to the islands. Whereas for me, I really want to just be able to work in Jamaica and work in the islands and not wait until I'm old and can't move before I like live in paradise. You know, Jamaica is a great island and a great place and a great country, and anything I can do to help get it to another level and create another industry, that's my current goal. And then for Dale, I guess, Dale, you can tell them just, you know, as an actor and an Instagram star, what that's like.
As an actor right now in Jamaica, it's the best time because, to be honest, we are very talented people. We were here. There are a lot of persons in Jamaica who can do their great work in Jamaica. So, for instance, we just need more funding.
Okay.
I think the government needs to do a lot more in Jamaica for the film industry in terms of like getting festivals and, you know, because now you're seeing more and more Jamaicans landing roles because now we have developed an international interest.
Yeah.
So I think the Caribbean on a whole, we have a lot of stories to tell, and we're a beautiful island, and I just believe that we just need a chance to produce more. So the more Jamaicans create content and show it to the world, the more the world will come. I just know we have social media and other mediums to communicate our message. So the future looks bright.
That's good. Okay.
There was a day on set where we wrapped, and Dale told me, he was like, Rob, I know that you guys might not know in America, but I'm a big deal in Jamaica.
Okay.
And you know, and it's true. I mean, Dale, you showed up to a theater and surprised an audience, and tell them what it was like.
Yeah, so in Jamaica, I'm a social media comedian.
Okay.
Where Sprinter even helped me on that angle because of Sprinter, I started to travel a lot.
Yeah.
And I came up with this idea that wherever Sprinter takes me, I am going to vlog about it. So I would like to review the hotels, the foods, go to the different places. Like I was in South Africa 2 weeks ago, and it was beautiful. So what I do, I post my content on my Instagram.
Okay.
And I've managed to amass a large following. Now I have 171,000 followers.
Yeah.
And so in Jamaica, I am sort of like, a semi-famous. Sprinter brought me to the famous category, but I was knocking on the door.
Okay.
For Sprinter. So I would like to encourage people to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Dale Elliot.
Yeah.
Elliott Jr. And you can see my movements.
Okay. So, where have you guys been then? Where have you taken this film?
Oh man, Dale's been to a couple places that I didn't go to. Like, what was it? You went to Panama. I didn't do that trip.
I went to Panama. I went to Bahamas. I went to South Africa. Panama, Bahamas, South Africa, Canada. Yeah. Am I leaving out any Rob?
You've been all over the U.S.
I've been to London, all over the U.S.
the U.K.
Yeah.
So So yeah, but South Africa was the most recent one, and we're going to be in 40 countries in Africa starting in February via Mnet. So we'll be over there. The film is in the Netherlands as well. We'll be in Paris next year, the Dominican Republic, and we're working on a few Asian territories right now. We're negotiating those deals for the film to go there.
So you guys are going to take over, yeah?
We're trying.
Okay.
We've been in 41 cities in the U.S. and about 20 countries so far.
Wow. Okay. And what's the response been like from people?
It's been great. I mean, Dale's Instagram stories are very populated with people who are still discovering the film. Yeah. So every day Dale is posting more content from people following the film at Sprinter the Film. And, we played for 6 weeks in Jamaica. We played for a few months, 4 months in the U.S. We played for about a month in the U.K. And we're still playing spotlight screenings across the UK. I know that there's one in Birmingham at the end of this month. There's an upcoming screening, I think, on December 21st. So yeah, people are still discovering the film and still finding ways to release the film and get it to new audiences, which is great. I'm not going to be done working on this film and making sure that it's reaching new people and new heights for some time, it seems like, because someone from the Middle East called me on Wednesday of this week, and they want to do a run of the film for a couple of weeks. So people are still hearing about it via word of mouth, and we're excited about it. The fact that, this film is not your standard indie film that, is here today and then gone tomorrow, but it's got a life that is continuing to evolve is the best thing I could have hoped for.
Definitely. And if people wanted to get in touch with you to do, say, a screening or something like that, how do they go about it?
Really easily. You can message us or tag us on Instagram or Facebook. It's at Sprinter the Film on all social media channels. Similarly, sprinterthefilm.com. There is a link that you can just email us at. So if you want to set up your screening in any country really in the world, we can make that happen. So Sprinter the Film wherever you are in the digital universe.
Okay. Well, that sounds promising, definitely. So what would you guys both say to, say, young people that want to get involved in film or sports? What would you say to them as advice?
Well, for me, I would just encourage people to create. You can't, if you sit on your weight on a roll, it might not come. But if you create and put yourself out there, like I did, I was fortunate enough because Storm found me on Instagram.
Okay.
So I would tell all those people who create YouTube pages, just produce the content of yourself and then hope. So don't think about if you don't say you can't, but just try to figure out how to do it.
Okay.
Find ways in order to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And then if you're talented and people will believe in your talent, you will find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, tell the story that you have the ability to tell. You have a phone or you have a camera. Just tell the story that you want to tell and find a way to get people to respond to it and use those responses to continue to build. But if you're not putting stuff out there, you're not going to ever take that step. So take a step towards something and it'll take two towards you. So that's the motto.
Wow, okay. And what is next for you guys? What is it you're planning to do, say, next year and the year after? Have you got some plans set up?
Yeah, well, we've got, there's a Sprinter the Film TV series in the works.
Okay.
So Storm and I are developing that. Dale is about to take over Hollywood and become the Fresh Prince of Manhattan Beach or Hermosa. And Dale, tell them about some of the stuff you got going on.
I've recently moved to LA.
Yeah.
Setting up meetings and stuff, trying to incorporate myself into the movie industry here. Also, I am going classes about to learn my American accent, trying to perfect my craft, and I have another passion, which is comedy.
Yeah.
That I wish to pursue here, and I think this is the best place for me to do it.
Okay.
So I'm currently just working on myself, my image, going to the gym, getting back that sprinter shape.
Okay.
And we'll see where it goes. But it's
Dale's being very modest.
I was thinking, what's going on?
Dale also has been traveling. Dale just went to Spain with La Liga.
Yeah.
As a commentator and cultural attaché. He's been getting to go to soccer matches around the world.
Yeah, so I've been doing a couple of stuff. I've been all over the place, but I want more.
Yeah.
So I'm speaking it into being.
Okay. So, from the movie, could you guys give the listeners out there a line that really sticks in your head?
Right, you start trying.
Nah, I've got so many. Go on, True Grill Master.
True Grill Master. The one that I like is mental blinkers. You figure out where you want to go.
Yeah.
And focus
on that.
Figure out how you're going to get there.
Okay.
David Alan Grier.
Why those lines for you guys? The ones that you've said so far.
The one that I said is probably the most famous scene from the movie.
Okay.
Don't want to spoil it for people, but the film is a coming of age film.
Yeah.
And in the film, Dale's character has to kind of juggle all of the trappings that come as his star rises as a track and field athlete in Jamaica, which means that there are girls that are after him. He's going to the parties, he's hanging out with all the big names, and the Through the Grill scene refers to just a specific situation that he finds himself in with a wonderful actress by the name of Kara South, who plays one of his love interests in the film.
Okay. Don't say no more.
I won't say any more.
And what about your one, Dale? Why that one for you?
Well, recently, while I was in the last time I was watching the film, I was sitting on that part when he said mental blinkers. You figure out where you want to go, and then you try to find a way to get there. Because that's like the situation I'm in my life right now, where I finished college, and I know in myself that I do not want to do what I did in college in terms of my degree.
Yeah.
And now I am sort of at a crossroads where I just need to start doing and figure out what I want to do with my life.
Okay. Okay. You'll get there.
Yeah.
For real. So, we're coming to the last little bit of the interview, but what would you guys like to say to the listeners out there for, say, like, final words for them?
Just to check out the film and find a way to see the film and connect with us on @sprinterthefilm.com or @sprinterthefilm on any of your social media channels. Be sure to follow Dale to stay tuned. And when the film comes out on digital next month in the UK, to be sure to watch, screenshot, take pictures, and tag us, and tell us what your favorite scenes are, your favorite lines, and continue to share the film and tell people about it. That's for me.
Definitely. What about you, Dale?
Yes, so people, I would tell you guys to go and watch the film. You guys need to watch the film, and if you are in the US, you can. The film is available for purchase on Amazon and Apple TV and VOD. And I would love for you guys to follow my Instagram, follow my journey, because this sprinter journey has been going on for a while now.
Yeah.
And it's going on strong. So just when the movie gets to your era, you watch it, and if it's not at your era yet, it's coming.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've seen bits and bobs, if I'm honest, of Sprinter, because I'm in Coventry, so I'm near Birmingham. So I'm thinking of going to Birmingham to watch the full thing. And when I do, I'm going to be tagging you guys and like, oh my God, look, I see you, I'm missing you. Yeah? And of course, Dale, I'll follow you on Instagram.
That's wonderful.
But you have to follow me back, though.
Wonderful. I don't know your name.
Oh, well, you'll get to know it.
Okay, I need to know your Instagram name.
DJKat.
DJKat.
For real, for real. So I just want to say to you guys, thank you for taking the time out. And I really hope that we get to speak again soon.
Yeah, hopefully for the sequel.
Definitely. Okay.